Many years ago, I was talking with a good friend of mine who is a singer-songwriter. His name is Mike Fuller. Hey, Mike. Mike is an extremely talented guy. His music is soulful and profound and straight from the heart, and we used to go watch him perform every chance we got. Eventually, I convinced Mike to be a regular musical guest at my church, and it was wonderful. It added so much to the worship experience. When I moved to Doylestown, I never thought I would encounter a singer-songwriter like Mike Fuller, but then I happened to be at an event where John Beecher was performing, and I was really transfixed. I fell in love with John's music and John himself, and after a while, he agreed to take on a role at Salem that I think has elevated our worship in remarkable ways. I'm so thankful for him and his incredible gifts. One of the best things I love about singer-songwriters is that no two are alike, but there's a common thread of honesty, of really daring to bare their soul, of expressing your own hopes and dreams through their music, and doing that not only through a natural talent, but also a ton of hard work and practice. They find the right combination of words and music to express those deep desires, those fears, that joy, those profound questions and ideas about life. It's like listening to someone sharing their dreams with the rest of us and realizing we're hearing our own hopes and dreams awakened. So I was really surprised all those years ago when I was talking once with Mike Fuller and I asked him about one of his songs. The title of this song is I Don't Dream, and the lyrics clearly say that. One line goes, I don't dream, but if I did, I'd dream about you and me and all the things that we will do and see. Beautiful. I assumed he was speaking poetically, symbolically, and that lyric was like a love sonnet. Now, it is kind of a love song, but he said, no, I really don't dream, and I never have. It's not that he doesn't remember his dreams, he literally doesn't have dreams. He sleeps, he wakes up, but no dreams. At least not dreams that happen in the dead of night. Mike dreams a lot, just not while he's sleeping. I looked into it and discovered it's not as unusual as it sounds. Maybe up to 30% of the population goes through periods when they have no dreams at all, maybe just once or twice a month. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus reported that there was once an entire group of people, many thousands of years ago, in North Africa near the Atlas Mountains, who said they never dreamed. Now, these days, when we talk about dreams, we might also be referring to waking dreams, fantasizing, imagining what could be, hoping, wishing, anticipating. So, when we say hopes and dreams, what we really mean is we're thinking about a better future, maybe thinking about a time in our lives when our anxieties will subside, a time when we can imagine the best will be a reality, that a wrinkle in our soul will be smoothed out. I often think we dream all the time, really, night and day, and while our sleeping dreams may be uncertain as to what they mean, our waking dreams may be the most powerful force we have going. Late last month, a gunman opened fire in a nightclub in Colorado Springs, killing several people and wounding over a dozen because he apparently believed he was being called by God to kill gay people. After that happened, I found myself not only in prayer for the victims, but once again I was filled with dreams of a day when bigotry and violence in the name of a loving God would be no more. I dreamed and I kept on dreaming of a spiritual awakening where love overcomes fear and hate. Out of all the dreams recorded for us in Scripture, that is a common thread. Dreams of peace, justice, and a restoration of right relationships, a time when loathing will be changed into loving. Dreams, while asleep at night or in the bright alertness of day, were often where you heard that voice and that promise of God and where you were charged with doing something about it. Old Testament prophets had dreams where their people would be transformed into a more just society. In the New Testament, the Apostle Peter had a really wild dream where he was told that both Jews and Gentiles alike, all people, were invited to the welcome table of God's love. So, dreams are a regular thing in the Bible, and they were always taken seriously. They were always hope-filled dreams, but they could also be confusing, outside your expectations, or filled with challenges or potential dangers. They called you to go beyond your comfort zone to arrive at a place where the promise of God could be made real. So, dreams were concrete, tangible, and they produced real-world results. Today we're fond of psychoanalyzing our dreams, at least the nighttime ones. On the one hand, we treat them as otherworldly and they're not necessarily calling us to act on anything, but we also believe they're supposed to tell us something very important about ourselves. They're usually understood as replaying old tapes of what's happened in the past that's still stewing and brewing in our heads, our mistakes that haunt us, loving relationships and friendships that have shaped our lives, episodes when we've been wounded, and moments when we've received more grace than we ever deserved. One morning a few weeks ago, I woke up and I told Elle that my dreams had lately been about seeking something or trying to solve a problem. And she said, "That's your subconscious telling you you feel like you're missing something, or you're headed for some kind of transformation, that something is about to be revealed to you." I pondered that for a while, trying to imagine what my sleeping dreams were saying about me, but also wondering if maybe, like all those dreams you hear about in the Bible, my dreams were somehow about some future mystery I was trying to unlock. I wondered, what am I supposed to do with these dreams? Anything? These days, it's the dreams we have when we're wide awake that seem to make the most difference. But that's easy for me to say, and I may be very wrong, because I've never had anything like the whopper of a dream we hear about in the first chapter of Matthew, Joseph's dream. I've always felt a little sorry for Joseph because, he just doesn't get the attention he deserves. He's almost treated like some bland father figure in a 1960s TV show who puts on a suit and tie, pats his kids on the head, and drives off to work every morning to some nondescript office where he sits all day at a desk and stares at paperwork. Not much character development. That's what the first